President Uhuru Kenyatta has hinted to possibilities of easing restrictions and reopening some sections of the economy in the coming weeks. Speaking during a ceremony to mark this year's Labor Day at State House Nairobi, the president indicated that he was already working on a post-coronavirus economic plan. Faisal Ahmed has more on this story.
The 55th Labor Day celebrations were devoid of the usual pomp and colour. The host, unlike previous occasions, was President Uhuru Kenyatta, and in his remarks, he went straight to the core of the COVID-19 pandemic, plans for economic recovery.
Over the coming weeks, I will give some practical directions on post-COVID-19 pandemic social economic recovery strategies. And on this, we shall work together with all the leaders of our land, because this is a moment that requires each and every one of us.
Kenyatta expressed fears that the pandemic had taken a toll on Kenya's labour market and a possibility of rising.
We cannot relax in our efforts to conquer this invisible enemy. And we need, as we go forward, to put our economy on a strong growth path. Because if we don't, we could lose upwards of 500,000 jobs over the next 6 months. We must do whatever it takes to minimize, if not fully contain, such loss.
Already the Ministry of Health on Monday issued guidelines on reopening of hotels and restaurants in the country. This to give a lifeline to a section of Kenyans working in the sector.
But there is no another place. People think we...
Cognizant of the tough times, Central Organization for Trade Unions boss Francis Atwoli, in an unusual style, went easy on the demands to the government.
The only problem we are now facing, Your Excellency, is on pay cuts. They are not entering, some employers are not entering into agreements or negotiations with the union concerns. They are just arbitrarily and mercilessly applying these pay cuts without due regard to what eventually will happen to our members and workers of this beautiful nation.
The Ministry of Labour and Social Protection has been and continues to engage with social partners to enhance social dialogue through consultative meetings on various issues affecting the labour sector. This partnership has been strengthened even further as our country responds to the COVID-19 pandemic.
The coronavirus pandemic has seen over 100,000 jobs lost in the last 2 months, and several sectors of the economy suffer from its weight. This compounding an already fluid situation in Kenya. In its latest economic survey, the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics indicates that jobs created in the informal sector fell to a 7-year low from 744,000 in 2018 to 767,900 in 2019. Only 78,400 new formal jobs were created in the economy last year, down from 80,800. The president also called on local industries to take advantage of the pandemic, filling the gap that has been created by lack of imported goods due to the global restrictions for travel and lockdowns in most countries. Unlike previous years, where the Labor Day celebrations were marked with pomp, colour and parades, this year's celebrations were held at State House with minimal movement. However, Kotu has urged employers not to slash employees' salaries and consider them during this particular period. Faisal Ahmed, Citizen TV, State House, Nairobi.